Hello Sagittarius, welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. If you haven't already, if you're new, please subscribe. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers. YouTube will let me do certain things once I get there, like posts, so I'm very excited. If you do feel inclined to subscribe, thank you so much. Big thank you so much to everybody who's already subscribed and my viewer. I will thank you with every single video, as I know this channel would not be what it is without you all. So I'm eternally grateful. I love your comments. I love to see how these readings resonate with you. For those of you who have been here before, just fast forward through all of my opening here. But for those of you who are new and don't know here, I'm also an author. I'm writing an action-adventure love story based on superhero twin flames. It's called Perception, the Two Yet One. This is book one. I read it out loud live on Facebook, and I have uploaded all those videos here to YouTube for you to enjoy. The links for all that are below in the description box. If you've already watched those videos or read the book, fear not. There is already book 2 published. These paperbacks are available on Kindle Direct Publishing on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, the shipping is free. These beautiful, very high quality books are only $15.99 each. So check that out. All the links that you need are below in the description box, along with a link for my friend April's channel here. It's an astrology channel. Check her out. Subscribe. She's so awesome. And if you would like a personal reading, I do offer those. The information to contact me is in the description box below. For those of you who don't know what I'm doing here, I've dedicated the entire month of February to love because of Valentine's Day here in the United States. It was suggested to me by Goddess Isis that I ask for my messages through goddesses of love. And so the first week of February, I asked Isis. Her messages were very strong, very clear, very beautiful. So if you didn't see those, I have playlists for every single sign in the zodiac. Just go on into the playlist and it'll say Isis Says. That is your reading for Isis. All my readings are timeless. Last week, I asked Venus, Aphrodite. So those are also in the playlist. It says Venus Says is part of the title. And those were also very, very beautiful, very strong messages. And this week I'm asking the Marys, okay? Now, this is Mother Mary. I was getting this card a lot through my personal readings for myself, as well as through some readers that I watch on YouTube. I do resonate very much with some readers on YouTube, and I trust them. And this card came up, and I did indeed experience a miracle. Since you are seeing this now, go ahead and expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. In fact, the miracle was that I wanted to use this specific deck. I had this deck when I was younger, and this was actually the first deck that I ever worked with. Okay, and so this deck, I gave that deck, this particular deck, that was mine, not this one, I'm sorry. I gave that to my son. He didn't want to give those back, so I was going to borrow it, but I miraculously got a different, an entire other deck of the same kind of cards here. That you can see that this is a vintage deck, copyright 1985 here. Okay, so it's called the Medieval Scapini Tarot by the artist Luigi Scapini, done back in the 80s. And through this miracle, I also received this little vintage deck of teeny weeny cards, and their copyright is 1971, which is actually the year I was born. So if you want to see all about that miracle, I made a video on it, and it's in the playlist called The Mother Speaks Tarot Special Videos. It's in there along with my dancing video and my singing video and my opening video. Okay, so now I chose this deck because it does work very much with the Marys. I've got Virgin of Guadalupe over here, okay? And also, I saw on Facebook that, see, I found this stone in my backyard about 3 years ago. The memory was on Facebook, and I actually found it around this time of year for Valentine's Day. I said, look at what the earth gave me for Valentine's Day. This stone was very red, you know, so it's got this heart, and then you turn it over on the other side, and this to me looks like the silhouette of Mary with a little bit of a train on her dress. I always have this. This is my water. This is a bottle of water from the spring in Lourdes, France, where Saint Bernadette saw Mary as well. And then over here we've got this card for Mary Magdalene. That's why I'm saying this is the Marys, because there's two of them. Mary Magdalene has been called the Holy Grail because she teaches unconditional love here. Love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. That's one of her greatest messages. And just in case you didn't know this was about Mary, I brought my Mary statue. I got that when I was about 10. And I still have Isis out here because Mary Magdalene was very close to Isis. Okay, and she came out in the last reading as well. So, okay, so for me as a reader, so now that you know what I'm doing, as a reader, I read minor arcana cards as messages about your free will, and I read major arcana cards as messages about your divine blueprint. Your divine blueprint is the plan that you made for your life before you incarnated so that you would encounter and hopefully learn certain lessons of life that, when learned, raise the vibration of your soul so that in your next life you have a higher life path number. We all have life path numbers. And when you get to the top, you are then able to possibly reach enlightenment. Okay, so sometimes these lessons go away and we just have to learn them in a different life. And but a lot of the times they keep popping up until you learn it. Okay, so that's why I'm doing it this way, so people can see where they need to learn something. And because if you don't, it's just going to keep coming back, or you got to reincarnate. So that's what I'm talking about. We're dealing with kind of a destiny, but not really, because free will changes everything. Nothing's written in stone. We've been giving free will by spirit, and spirit doesn't mess with that. Okay, so this is the energy that is in the heart of everything for you right now. This is the world. This is upright, so this is meaning that this is the end of a cycle for you, okay? Something has ended, a new cycle will be beginning, okay? This is often a success, accomplishment, okay? So this isn't just the end of a cycle, this is good stuff. You did it. You didn't just finish this cycle, you succeeded, okay? This can also mean things like moving. You might want to move somewhere, or you might even immigrate somewhere. But here's what is awesome about these two cards here, okay, is that this is the energy that is directly affecting this world card. And I know that already because this is judgment. Okay, now check this out. Judgment is the 20, and the world is the 21. So the judgment comes first, and then the world, and then that's the end of the major arcana. These two sit next to each other. This is a progression. So even though this is what's at the heart of the matter, which is this ending, it's because of this. It's because of this judgment. It's the time of judgment. Okay? This is when judgment is the time to repent and forgive. This is like resurrection, okay? This is when it's time for us to face what we've done to others, okay? This is, the time to account for the way that we used our opportunities, the way that we treated other people. Have we been fair? Have we not been fair? Okay, this is the time of judgment. Okay, because it's leading to this end of a cycle. Okay, so these are both positive. Okay, I'm feeling that these are very, very positive. It's time to pay the piper, I just heard, for this because of this horn. It's not a pipe, but they showed me this, and it's time to you know, I mean, this is when all your sins are being judged. This is when everything that you've done is being accounted for, and then it starts, you know, basically if you had died, this is what you deal with. You know, you look at everything that you've done in your life, it's judgment time. And then this would be you reincarnating. You know, see how she's naked? This is what I'm feeling. This is the energy to these two cards together. So this is what's important though, this fresh new beginning. What are you going to do with it? Okay, it's time to look at how you did things in the past. It's time to account for that stuff. Okay, and then it's going to, however you were here with judgment, however you've been judged or you judge yourself, your new world will begin that way. So, but I do feel they're both rather positive. Now, here is what's at the root of the matter. This is the Lover's card. This is the card for Gemini. There could be a Gemini involved here that's at the root of the matter. This is the card of divine love. This is the card of twin flames. But this is in reverse, okay? So this is basically a separation or a divorce, a relationship that wasn't love. It was more lust than love. This was, for this particular deck, this talks about this, you failed to meet the test, or somebody did. This couple was failed to meet the test. There's frustration in love or marriage. There's been interference by others. Somebody could have been fickle. This is untrustworthiness. This is unwise plans. Okay, so for this particular deck, I like to use the energies that these decks were created on. And oh, that's so weird. Look at what she's showing me here. The silhouette of this woman with her trail is very similar to what I was saying for Mary. It's the same shape but opposite. She just wanted to show me that. Huh. So I'm feeling that because of this judgment card, whatever you did in regards to this situation right here is what this is time to see what your part of this failure was about. Okay? Something's giving way though, because now it's time for a new cycle. Now, this is the energy that's moving out of your life at this time. Okay, the Five of Wands. Wands are your energy, and the Five of Wands traditionally means some sort of conflict, although at the end of the conflict, it can be positive. But this is in reverse. So this means something different. This means there can be trickery, contradiction. There could have been litigation or some sort of dispute. And, you know, usually when I get judgment or justice, I tell people there could have been some sort of litigation, which is a legal case going to court. Okay, this could have happened, and maybe what happened is you got your judgment in. So you could have been or could be going through a divorce or some sort of separation for love here, and it's. But this also can mean relief and calm after the conflict. Okay, so this is going to mean something different for each of you. But I'm thinking that since this is on its way out right now, this is the trickery and contradiction litigation type dispute deal that's now on its way out because you've gotten judgment. Okay, so you may have been involved with some sort of litigation or court case. So I'm just feeling very strongly like for some of you, this is about a divorce. Okay. For others of you, this is in regards to possibly a job or even your part in something to do with these lovers if you were not one of these lovers. Now, for the next two of these cards here, for me as a reader, they are future cards. One will happen before the other, but I have to start reading them before I can feel out which one will happen first. Now, this is cup energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. This is love, emotion, and intuition. And the Six of Cups is about memories and nostalgia, okay? But this can also be past lives, okay? So this is very interesting to get this card after I was getting this feeling about some sort of ending here. Like if you did die, you know, it's time for, you know, to the time of atonement is here basically, so that you can reincarnate and into a new life. And then what we have here is the Six of Cups, okay, and which does mean past lives. There's something about this love, because cups are love, okay? There's something about this love that has to do with a past life. You guys could have been children together, or you may already know that you had a past life together, or this is simply memories where you're going down memory lane, and you know, these are fond memories. But this particular card speaks a lot to the reincarnation, because the reincarnation part, because of there's so many different types of lives going on here. We've got this medieval Merlin guy over here. Down here we have like an ascetic, okay, and then we have, this is the hermit. I think he's I think when I read in the book it said something about he's a monk from Mount Athos. Is that in Greece? But this is obviously, this looks like a nun. These are like just different incarnations. You know what I'm saying? So this has a very strong element to reincarnation in this situation. But like I said, you could have been children together, or you're just going to be looking back at the good old days, okay? Now, this is another future card. Oh, and this could also be new good old days, since this is a future card. That's nice. Then what we have here is the Three of Wands. This is usually where you're waiting for your ships to come in. This doesn't look like this on this depiction, though. What this is about is, this is all about you've put in the work. This is collaboration. Threes are about collaboration. This is about having all the energy that you need to get this done, okay? This is when you've done a lot of work, and now you're kind of with a team. You know, you've been collaborating, you're doing teamwork. You can see that here with these guys with their pickaxes here. This is working together, and sometimes this means reassessment of associations and to decide what is best, or what's holding you back here. Okay, so I feel very strongly that what's really most present here is this reassessment. You're going to be reassessing what happened here, and so that is what's going to put you into these memories as well. Or perhaps you meditate on it and you realize you had a past life, but this one's going to happen second, this reassociation of, so this has something to do with some sort of collaboration. So what we have here is like, this could be a business partnership for some of you, okay? Some of you are married and you work together, and so it's the same thing, okay? It could have to do with a divorce with someone. You used to work with two people that were married and now they're not, or something. You know what I'm saying? But this is definitely collaboration, and you may try to collaborate with someone else, but I don't see like this is a new cycle, but this isn't a ace. It wouldn't be like a new beginning. So I'm really feeling strongly that what you're going to do is you're going to reassess this collaboration that you had originally, and by reassessing it, you're going to be going into your memories to do that. Now then, what we have here is your hope card, which is really confusing to me because this is the devil. Okay, I always say it like Bobby Boucher's mama in The Water Boy, the devil. Devil is the devil. Now, what this is this is stuff like toxicity. This is stuff like slavery, being bound to something, enslaved. This is substance abuse, but this is definitely not good energy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my little teeny weeny deck that I got through the miracle of Mary, and look at how little it is. I just love it so much. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get some clarification here for this devil in your hope section, because I'm sure that you're not hoping for something bad to happen. Nobody does that. I would hope. It could be that you're hoping for something that you think is good, but that would end up being toxic. Okay? So there's another reason to reassess stuff like this. Okay? Let's just get some clarification though here, because I'm just like, what the heck here? Marys, what does this devil in the hope section mean? Marys, what can you tell us about this? The devil. Devil. What about devil? No, that's too many. Okay, well, maybe she's got a lot to say. Marys, how about like 1 or 2 cards on this here devil? Okay, there's one. Wish fulfillment. What? Yeah, I think it's what I just said, that you might be hoping for something that you think is wish fulfillment, which is what the 9 of Cups is, but what it really is the devil. Okay? So, you know, you've got your work cut out for you here, Sagittarius. I'm just going to keep that guy right there. Yep, that's pretty much what I was saying. Okay, so this is the energy that is this is your environment or your current state of being, and this is more of your energy, fire energy, 8 of Wands. Okay, and the 8 of Wands is communication. Okay, fast, swift communication. Now you can't really tell here from this card. What you have here though is a progression. Okay, you've got children playing, and I told you that this 6 of Cups has to do with childhood memories. Okay, so I mean, it could have been that you were children with this one person. Okay, and so there's childhood memories here, and then these people, when they grow up and they become of age, you know, you can see that he's wooing her, and then later on, well, uh-oh, they're fighting. And then what we have here is this. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling that you're communicating about. So this means more than just a lot of communication. This is things like quick arguments where you're saying things to each other back and forth. This could be a series of texts that go back and forth really quickly. Texts, emails, private messages, you know, because fire is energy, which is also electronic, and this is how people communicate mostly. But if you, you know, usually married people or partners will, you know, be together a lot, like live together or whatever. So you may not need those electronic devices, but I feel like you're doing a lot of communicating, perhaps a lot of arguing right now. Okay. You may have gotten some information. Maybe this isn't you communicating with this person. It could be you communicating with someone else about this person. It could be things like, say you were in a court case. It could be things like interrogatories. It could be things like emails and exchanging information in order for the court case to occur. Maybe what you're doing now, since you've already got the judgment and this whole thing is starting to be over, you're talking about it, you're finalizing what you were learning in this situation. Whew. Okay, and here is your fear card, which is kind of an interesting fear card, but you are a fire sign, so this is the Four of Swords, whether it's upright or in the reverse, means rest, recuperation, recovery. Okay, this would indicate a strong need for rest, but this is like you are already recuperating, you're already recovering. This is circumspection. You know what I mean? You're doing kind of what this Eight of Wands is. You know, you're afraid of it maybe being over completely, because that's the end of this. The recuperation and recovery part of this situation that you're going through would actually be the end. You go through something, you get your judgment, you finalize the communication, and then what you do is you recuperate and recover from these traumas and issues that troubles that you were going through. And then once you're done with that recovery, then you move on. Okay. So it could be that there's a part of you here that is not ready to move on. Okay, and that's why this is in your fear section. You know, and that's why I said, well, you are a fire sign, because fire signs don't usually like to lay around and recuperate and recover. They like to keep going. Okay, so here is the possible outcome, and I said possible because, like I said at the beginning of the video, free will can change everything. Nothing is written in stone. Okay, I mean, you don't take this reading verbatim, you know what I'm saying? But this is the moon. This is, and in reverse, this is, you know, something's come to light, okay? But this can also talk about, this can be about drug abuse, alcohol abuse, trying to escape. Someone who you cannot trust. This is instability and inconsistency. This is lesser degrees of deception, lesser degrees of error. Okay, so since we've got this devil here, which is also talking about alcohol or drug abuse, and then we have all these cups, and then here's what we've got is the moon here. You may be trying to numb the pain. Okay, I'm very sorry that you're feeling like that. Okay. But that isn't going to help you at all. What this is that's self-deception. See, it's you see, you don't want to recuperate, you don't want to recover. Maybe what you're doing here is you don't want to end up having to quit. Okay, I know that is a really hard thing to do for some people, but that's what I'm really feeling. I'm feeling like there's something that you know that you need to stop doing, so that you can move on, and you are really just holding on to this longer than you need to. Okay, you when people feel like that, they usually feel defeated. They don't like to feel defeated. Sometimes they don't want to let go of things because they feel like it's not over, because they don't like to feel defeated, or they don't like to ever give up. But here's what the energy is at the bottom of all this, and finally you've got some earth. Okay, now I always look at what kind of cards you have in your suits here. Okay, you've got swords, you've got air, you've got wands, which is fire. Okay, you've got cups, which is water. You've got no discs, no pentacles, or coins rather, they're called coins in this deck. No earth element here. So you need to get grounded, Sagittarius. You need to ground yourself. You need to come back to earth. Okay? And this means that you've been going back and forth about this. Okay? This is waffling. Should we, totally break up, or should we not? Is it over or is it not? Should I keep trying to make this work or not? This is what this is. This is waffling. This is juggling. Okay? This could be juggling two people. This could be just trying to stay, this could be juggling your finances. But I feel mostly like for you people, most of you people who are watching, the collective, that this has been you going back and forth. This has been you waffling and going, should I do this or shouldn't I do this? Is this over or isn't it over? This is the problem. This is the underlying energy that's going on here. You've got to understand that it's over, and you've got to move on. And I think that I really hope that after this reading, if you do have like a drug or alcohol problem, I really hope that this reading helps you understand that it's not putting you at a disadvantage with coping or dealing with the world by not having this thing anymore. What it's doing is it's making you stronger by not having that thing anymore. And so then you would be better equipped to deal with your new life. Just think about, this is you being reborn. Just think about a baby who is born addicted to a substance. Don't you feel sorry for babies like that? So don't be that baby. Okay, so now what we're going to use is the Angel Answer Deck Oracles to see if there's anything else the Marys would like to tell us. And then after that, after I'm done reading those, I'm going to pull out the Archangel Oracle cards. Archangel Gabriel was the Archangel who came to Mary and told her that she had a divine bun in the oven. And so the angels are very much part of the Bible and the Torah. And so these angel oracles go perfectly with the Marys. Okay. I am not the prettiest shuffler. I am a writer, and my hands do get a little stiff, a little arthritic. I have also created a lot of jewelry with my hands, and so when I shuffle, it's just not the prettiest. So sorry about that, guys. Oh, this deck has 2 yes cards and 2 no cards. You can see this on the bottom. So if you have a question, go ahead and pause this right now. If you don't get a question in your mind, because one of these might pop out, okay? Marys, what would you like to tell Sagittarius in regards to this reading? What would you like to tell Sagittarius through the angels' energies? Okay. I would like to have at least 3. What would you like to tell Sagittarius? Okay. Let's see how many that was. Okay, so they gave you a time frame. There's something that you were wondering about, and it's going to happen in a year from now. Okay, now the imagery I'm seeing on here is another divine couple. Okay, so look at this. the two people and the world. Okay? You see that? Okay, so this is the partnership or marriage that's at the root of everything. Okay? So I think what this is saying, this is a question about when am I going to find love again? Or if we ever get back together, when is that going to be? Or when am I going to be recovered from this? When am I going to be done recovering from this? Which also may include getting off of some sort of substance abuse. Well, I think this is saying, look at this, in a year from now, things are going to be very different. And I think because both of these cards are basically positive, I think in a year from now, everything is going to be very, very different for you. And it's going to be in a positive way. Look at how you've got the angels down here sending love or some sort of energy to the world that's covered in sacred geometry, okay? And these people's hearts are glowing. So this is a divine love. Oh, pardon me. Oh, wow. Abundance. Abundance. If this were if this were a tarot card, this would be the Empress. Okay? This is the abundance also of the Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail. Yep. Abundance. I think that this is saying something like in a year from now, you will have abundance through helpful people. See, these make sentences. In a year from now, you will experience abundance through helpful people, okay? With helpful people. Now, this helpful people talks to me about, I mean, look at how, see, that looks like Mary holding her holy child, doesn't it? She is surrounded by angels. So whenever I get this, I mean, think about what Mary went through. She's a teenager. Gabriel comes to her and says, "You've got a holy bun in the oven." And she's like, what are you kidding me? That's not supposed to happen. I'm going to be in disgrace. Yeah, well, this is what is going to help the entire world. She's like, "Are you kidding me?" But anyway, there was a bunch of angels around her helping her. And she turned out, I mean, look at what happened. They went into Joseph's dreams. They told Joseph not to worry about it, that this is a divine child. And things did work out for Mary. When she was visibly pregnant, she was sent to live with her aunt, who was also pregnant with John the Baptist. And so these blessings came to her through helpful people. I mean, can you imagine how she felt when she was told this at first? But as this went on, she could also see that this was definitely divine because the angels were helping. I mean, they told Joseph in the dream that she went to her aunt. Her aunt was also having a holy child. I mean, come on. So this isn't just people in your life who are helpful. These are your angels as well. Okay? So pray, talk to your angels, have faith. This is going to work out. So, I mean, especially with this whole quitting something, that would probably feel pretty upsetting, just like when Mary was told, you know, you're going to have a divine child. And she's like, "I've never been with anybody." Then somebody says, "Okay, well, you know what? You're going to have to stop that." And you're like, "But I just got a divorce. I just went through all this crap. I'm still going through this crap. You're trying to tell me that I have to do this at one of the most worst times in my life?" And the answer is yes. Yes. So that you will become stronger, so that you will understand all these things later on. It will make sense to you why. You'll see the blessings, why it had to happen later on in a year from now. Okay? Now let's see what else the the archangels have to say here? Marys, what would you like to tell Sagittarius in regards to this message here? They want me to say this is Gemini. For some of you, this is a Gemini, not a love relationship. Okay? Alrighty. Marys, what would you like to say through the energy of the archangels? I don't know how to do that other way where you go like this and then I can't do that. I've been trying to do that. It's been cracking myself up trying to do that. Okay, Marys, what would you like to say to Sagittarius through the energies of the archangels? I would like to have at least 3 cards. 3 is the number of Mary. There was a third Mary, you know. She's the sister of Lazarus. So that's why there's a trinity of Marys. There's always a trinity. What else would you like to say to Sagittarius through the energies of the archangels? Wow, got another one here that flipped. Okay, let's do a couple more. See if any flip out. Nope. Okay. Well, they've got a lot to say through the archangels. Okay. Beloved one, Archangel Haniel. Haniel is all about the heart chakra, okay? He's all about love. I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. Okay, this is soulmate. This is past life stuff, dude. This is, okay. Yeah, he's helping you out with this, okay? Whether it's this Gemini, or a marriage or a partnership, this is a soulmate relationship. Outdoors, Archangel Jophiel. Go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. Okay, yeah, you know, whenever I get this message about going outdoors, because you can get this from several different decks, what this means is that we ingest more than food. We ingest information with our senses, with our eyes, with our ears, with our sense of smell, pardon me, our taste. When you go outside, what you end up seeing, hearing, smelling, and even tasting through the air of nature, of outdoors, of our Mother Earth, of our planet. Okay, this is our mother. We're her children. When you go outside and you connect with the planet, you ingest information from her. And you can see what it does is it reminds you not to take life so seriously, because it reminds you of how small you are. Look up at the stars, okay? Look up at the stars and see how small you are. You know those planets and sun, the stars out there. There's planets and then there's stars, but all of them look really small, don't they? That's because of how far away they are. Okay? And you are this tiny being on a star in the sky. Even though it's a planet, you'll see it glowing. If you went to, you know, Mars or something, you could see the Earth and it would probably glow blue. Now, I'm not saying that your life is insignificant. It's just understand that life isn't so serious. Okay? people walk around, say this is their face, this is their life, this is them all the time, just looking at their life. That's the only thing in front of them. Whereas you take away that and you go outside and you look at nature, and you can ponder life better that way. Look at how tiny the bug that you're looking at is. That's even smaller than you. Everything goes smaller, 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 bigger, bigger, bigger. You're part of a huge web of life. So you're extremely important. It's not that you're just so small, but it's just you're part of something bigger than you can realize. It's a way to, and this is how you ground. Okay, I was telling you, you didn't have any earth in here. This was your only earth card, right? You've got to ground. Ground. Okay? Go outside and walk barefoot in the dirt for at least 15 or 20 minutes. Okay? That will help you ground. Walking around outside, just thinking about life will help you ground. If you feel this energetic tug down your spine to the earth, that is the energetic grounding. Okay, so just go outside and appreciate roses, appreciate everything that you see. Take your power back. Archangel Raziel, he's a very old, one of the older archangels. He's been around forever. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Okay, so now that you're at the beginning of a new cycle here, what do you want out of life? You know, pretend you're a baby. What do you want your life to be? What if somebody gave you a lamp with a genie in it and said you have unlimited wishes? What would you make your life like? Dream big and then make it happen. Manifest it into your life. And you can really, really do that, especially if you get off of the stuff that you're indulging in, like alcohol or drug abuse, if that's what your issue is. Gentleness, Archangel Sandalphon. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Okay? So this is saying that the universe knows that you've gone through a lot of crap. And this is what it's saying here. Don't be afraid of this. This is recovery. This is being gentle to yourself. Okay? This is a monk, and he's like doing a hermit type thing so that he can gain some, he's in repose, okay? This is where he's already experienced the recovery that he's looking for. So just, you know, notice that he's, even though he's inside, he's also outside, okay? Just, this is, you know, be gentle with yourself at this time. You've gone through a lot. Okay, and then the last one is passion with Archangel Haniel. Haniel is also the miracle maker. Okay, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Okay, so if you trust that, this will create a miracle for you. Haniel is the miracle bringer. Okay. So trust and follow this renewed passion in your love, life, and career, and miracles will happen. I think that's when you will be recovered. Okay? All right. So now I already noticed before I started the reading how many. Now what I do is to gauge how much control you have over this situation, I gauge the number of major arcana to minor, and that shows you, you know, how much is part of your divine blueprint that's just that you wrote into your life, which is kind of like a destiny, and how much of it is your free will. Okay, now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 out of 10 cards means that half of this is your divine blueprint. This is a huge part of the lesson that you're supposed to be learning. This is a very, very important time in your life. This is an extremely important lesson. Okay? And it's time for you to understand these lessons that have come to you so that you can move on and be finished. Okay? This is the end of the tarot. The judgment is here. Time for atonement. And then the end of the cycle is here. And so let's start anew. Let's be reborn. Okay? These are probably the most important messages of this reading. Okay? So half of this is in your control, half of it isn't, because you've written this in. But what is in your control here is this recovery. It is the communication. Okay? It is reassessing. It is how much nostalgia you go through. Okay? So there you go, Sagittarius. That's what I've got for you this time. See you next time.